All up and down my timeline, people is hooping and hollering, talking about, well, what about Tabitha, and what about Camille, and what about I don't give a
And Darius Cooks was right when he said that lady should have her own warehouse, selling her own products, making her own money.
I do follow Mr. Darius Cooks on Facebook, and he made a post about how he feels so vindicated.
When Darius Cooks had made that comment about Tabitha Brown and her being in Target, to this day, I do not understand why y'all drugged that man the way y'all did.
I'm one of those black people that have an issue when successful black-owned companies sell off a portion of their company, sell their company entirely, or do distribution deals.
You know, Tab, I don't know, babe. You know what they say, ain't nobody bigger than the program.
Oh, Tab, I just want to say I love you down. I love you down. And I'm going to apologize in advance for this take. I love you down, but I got to say what I got to say, sis. I got to say what I got to say.
Go in there, go get their stuff, and don't get nobody else's stuff and come on out. It's like, well, don't you think that's just a little bit selfish? You don't think it should cost you something? You don't think you need to have any skin in the game?
And are we going to start listening to comprehend instead of listening to respond?
Auntie Tab is asking y'all kindly, please do not boycott because it directly affects her. Y'all do not stand on nothing.
I'm not necessarily upset with how she said it. I just think this is beyond Tabitha Brown.
What Tabitha Brown meant by her message about Target and why you don't need to just drop everything and boycott is because when her product line first came out, there were Rosa Parks in her shit.
So y'all want these people to boycott and don't go in and purchase from these black founders that you've been supporting, right? Because I just want to buy on your website. They just want to get out these contracts, break these contracts, be liable for the contracts they're going to break, and offer DEI, which really doesn't even impact their partnerships with these vendors, right?
If you think you're going to go to Target and only buy black brands, do you think Target cares whether or not those $200, those $20, those $50 is being spent on black businesses or any other business, as long as the money's going towards them? Like, that makes absolutely no sense.
Wake up! Wake up! Wake up! You're getting comfortable! Comfortability kills dreams! So get up and go get those guys!
This is Avatar.
Much tea. The internet is on Tabitha Brown's back right now, trying to see what her next moves are going to be after Target announced the key actions and changes that's going to be implemented throughout 2025, meaning they're going to be ending their 3-year diversity, equity, and inclusion goals. This is going to stop all external diversity-focused surveys and evolving their staff. Target is evolving their supplier diversity team to a supplier engagement team. More like devolving, but whatever. So y'all remember 3 months ago when Darius got ate up and dragged by the internet for Tabitha? Some people are now saying that he was right, but nonetheless, still kind of dragging him. Let's take a quick flashback to 3 months ago in 2024 when Darius made a couple videos regarding Tabitha and her Target deal. And then we'll get into what he had to say as of today.
She a fool for doing it. There's no goddamn way in hell I would have ever signed my name. I don't give a shit how popular I was. I would have never signed my name to Target. I don't care if Target giving her $10 million. She could have started her own company. She could have sold her own product. $56 million out the gate. There's no way. There's no way. There's no way in hell I would have ever. 20 million ain't even enough. This woman has the ability. All she had to do was create 5 cookbooks. $150 million in the bank. 100% hers. No middleman, no agent, no manager, nobody to pay but your labor and your employees. $150 fucking million yours. Couldn't have been me. Ain't no way in hell that could have been me. Ain't no way in hell. $40 million when I got the potential to make $400 million? No way. There's no way. There's no way. Do you hear me? I need you to hear me. Kip, there is absolutely no fucking way.
I done pissed y'all off again about Tabitha Brown. I don't have Twitter. So if you don't consume it, it don't concern you. It won't affect you. They're like, they getting you together on Twitter. Okay, fine, whatever. It's Twitter. Ooh, I'm upset. So apparently, I said something about Tabitha Brown. Apparently, y'all mad because I said that she missed out on opportunities, right? And what I said by that was, what I meant by that, and I guess I said it and didn't quantify it. So I guess I could understand how you could be like, wait, what? But what I meant was that, and let me just preface by saying this. I don't have no problem with Tabitha. I don't have no problem with her. I don't follow her, but I don't hate her. I don't have no problem with her whatsoever. None, right? But y'all want everybody to be arguing. She's a public figure, so I can talk about public figures when I want to talk about public figures. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, what I said was, well, what if she, I'll give you the gist. I don't know what I said exactly that got y'all in y'all panties, got y'all panties in a bunch, but something about, missed money. So today on Instagram, and but essentially what I said was, there's a little bit of money that I feel like she missed out on. And they were like, well, she's rich. I know that. This ain't about her being rich. And then y'all think just because you speak on somebody else, y'all think just because you speak on somebody else that you hating on them because you talk about them. Girl, they're a public figure. That's what we're talking about. So here's what I said. Well, I don't know what I said before, but this is what I meant. Hopefully it came across like that. What I said was, or what I meant was, she has this stuff with Target. Beautiful, great, amazing, the popcorn, the air fryer, this, that, whatever. Great, good for her. What I said was, what if, and this is a what if she would have done products apart from Target and on her own?
So now let's hear what Darius has to say as of today regarding the DEI, Target, and Tabitha Brown collaboration.
Well, hi. About 3 months ago, y'all had me on a cross on Calvary in between two thieves ready to crucify me for telling you the truth. All I said was if a person owned their product line from its inception to its delivery, they would make more money. And you really thought that I had an issue, I was envious, or I was jealous. You really thought that? Now look at what happened. Less than 48 hours after President Trump issued the orders to roll back DEI, one of your favorite shopping establishments, Target, has now dismantled their entire DEI program. I don't know what this means in the long run for anybody, so I can't speak on that. But as for me, and I'm a Target aficionado, they will never see another dime of my money at all. Now, for those of you who think I'm gloating, I'm a Capricorn. Jesus was a Capricorn. Capricorns are rarely wrong. I hold on to this the statement and the testament I gave you months ago. If you own it, it don't matter what they do. They can't take it away from me. I had a whole cauldron of haters trying to take everything I owned. I outsmarted, outwitted all of them. Guess what? I still own it. That's all I came by to say. If you own it, they can't take it from you. Now, you go on and have a good day. And if you can't, please don't go mess it up nobody else's.
So before we get into what Tabitha Brown had to say, let's take a quick look at Darius's comment section under this video. G-Bird says, Darius, you are gloating. Lauren says, been waiting on this because it really wasn't a bad comment you made about Tabitha. It was facts. Trinic says, man, I saw that post and I immediately thought about what you said, Lord. Freckle Jane says, y'all be so focused on the messenger that you continue to miss the message. Classy says, this man ain't told one lie about that situation, not one. Dimple says, I thought I unfollowed Darius. Let me do that now. Mood Train says, you're still jealous, sir. Gloating about something that will hurt our community is diabolical. Nice Tamisha says, and then Tabitha still has the nerve to tell us to support Target, just buy black, which still supports Target. Nope, get your black-owned businesses out of there and we will get it from you. JL says, I used to like Darius, but I can't support him anymore because all he does is throw negativity at everyone else who is black in the food industry. But y'all turn a blind eye every time he turns on his camera. Darius Cooks responded and said, thanks for commenting. Love you too, Puddin'. Tanya says, thankfully, Tabitha's Target collaboration isn't her only stream of income. Don't forget she owns Donna's Recipe. She also has a children's show, is a New York Times best-selling author, and more. She has one more year left on her contract with Target, at which point she'll make a decision. Nurse Jazz says, Darius, it's not what you say, but how you say it. Saying something with love goes a long way, and sir, you did not do that. Just Call Me asks Darius, how did any of this become about you? Let Your Light Shine says, take the high road sometimes, Darius. You could have done a silent video eating grapes and we would have known what you meant. Darius responded and said, so they can talk about me all they want and I'm supposed to eat grapes? I'm a Capricorn. We don't even think that makes sense. At the fuck all. Always Sweet says, you are still hating, Darius. Let's not forget about the restaurant that you had in College Park that was shut down and the legal troubles you were in. You also owed money to your customers for those books they ordered that they never received. Move Training says, Tabitha is still winning, by the way, and she still owns her products. Your products don't even come on time. Worry about that. Scorpion Beauty says, Darius, you were the first thing I thought of when I heard the news. I was like, Darius told y'all and y'all was mad at him. Now look, but I've never been a targeter ever since they showed their real colors with not supporting the safety of our children. Super Trackstar says, I'm still going to Target, but only to buy Tabitha merchandise. Keita Life says, the gloating is unnecessary, Darius, and I'm officially turned off. You're sitting here trying to monetize of someone whose name you have blocked in your comment section, and she is still going to be just fine. Last time you came for her, you ended up in the hospital shortly after. Remember, God doesn't play about his children. So Tabitha Brown responded to all of this in 3 separate videos. The first video was a cryptic message with her eating grapes, where people said they understood exactly what she was saying. The second video was more of an inspirational and motivational video that she put out. The third video is where she actually gets into what she has to say about the situation. We're going to go ahead and listen to all three, and then we're going to hear what the TikTokers have to say in response to Tabitha and this whole situation, and even talking about Darius Cooks as well. Too much tea.
Finish what you started, okay? I know it's getting tough. You're tired. It feels impossible. It's getting harder. But finish what you started. Don't forget why you even started in the first place. But you must finish what you started. Hello there. Y'all all right? I know. It has been a tough week, right? And baby, it's been a tough 2025 and we are still in January. But I know many of you are asking and have asked and sent me messages about the recent DEI announcements at Target as well. And as disheartening as it is for me, I'm not the only one affected by this, right? It's for everyone who is a woman-owned business, minority-owned businesses, Black-owned businesses. It's for so many of us who work so very hard to be placed into retail, to finally be seen and approved for retail. Because contrary to whatever the world might tell you, it has been very hard for Black-owned businesses to hit shelves, right? Which is why it's such a big deal when we do finally land inside of retail. So it is definitely heartbreaking to feel unsupported, right? However, I am in business in multiple ways with Target, with Walmart, and Amazon, right? I sell Donna's Recipe, my hair care products, right, are on Amazon. They're also in Target. And of course, I have a huge partnership with Target. I sell my seasonings at Walmart. I do business all over, just like many other people. And what I can tell you is, if we all decide to boycott and be like, no, we're not spending no money at these organizations. Listen, I get it. And if that's how you feel, honey, I 1000% get it. But so many of us will be affected and our sales will drop. Our business will be hurt. And if any of you know business, it doesn't just happen overnight where you can just go take all your stuff and pull it off the shelves. There's a process. And then you got to, where you going to put it? You got to have a place to store it. That's money, right? You got to have another place to sell it, which is almost impossible sometimes. And even if you sell online, it's a process when it comes to business. And everyone does not have the funds or the means or the availability, the space to house their own products, right? But the thing that concerns me the most, and I want you to hear me and hear me well, if we all decide to stop supporting said businesses and say, you know, I can't buy nothing from there, even the businesses who were affected by the DEI ban, right? What that does is you take all our sales and they dwindle down. And then those companies get to say, your products are not performing, and they can remove them from the shelves and then put their preferred businesses on the shelves. And then what happens to all the businesses who've worked so hard to get where they are? Then what happens, right? Now, I know that something that could solve it is ownership of these big corporations, right? It's a long way to go. There are amazing companies like the Village Market in Atlanta, right, who support small businesses, and you can go in there and there's some amazing things that you can buy. But it's one store and it's very small. We're talking about mass market. You can't build that overnight. Do we all sometimes have these big dreams and aspirations to do that? Absolutely. Right? But it is easier said than done, but it's not impossible. But until then, and in order to get there, we unfortunately have to play the game. And in playing that game, we got to be smarter than the ones who think they're in control. Okay? And I say that to say, don't allow trying to be mindful with how I say this, because I want God to give me the right words, but don't allow foolishness to take us into separation and weed us out. Do you understand? Because sometimes that's what they want. And in times like this, they're telling us that. Okay? So as frustrating as listen, as frustrating as the whole situation is, as frustrated as I am, as all of you are, we still got to be smart. Now, you can still go into those stores if you choose to and buy specific brands that you want to support and let the other things, right, not get your money. But be very specific. There's so many women, right, that have worked hard to be a woman-owned business. Donna's Recipe is two women, me and Gina Wu is my business partner. We are self-funded. We are self-funded. And we are on shelves in limited doors at Target, right? Other companies, right? There's Black History Month is coming right now, and all of these brands are about to be showcased, some of them for the first time. And of course, they would do something like this right now, but they still need their moment. They still need our support. Only if you feel like you can and are willing to. I ain't telling you what to do. I'm telling you what, as a business owner, what we still need until we can get to another place. Right? And I don't know when that other place will be. I know for me, I'm under contract. I'm gonna give it to you 100. I got another year. Then I make a decision. Okay. So many other businesses are just starting. They're just getting in. This is their big break to go to the next whatever phase of their business there may be. We have to have understanding and compassion for each other and not be in an emotional state, but also a smart state. Because if we start doing I'm not shopping there, and it's our businesses that are in there, that's their way that they will clean us out and replace us and say, well, your business is not performing. That's what people want. We can't give them what they want. Okay? I hope that this is making sense for somebody. And I know it's a long video, and I know somebody might not listen to the whole thing, but this is the truth. So I want to say right now, I thank you for supporting me for the last 5 years. I have worked with Target, with Walmart, with all the places that you have shopped for my products. I thank you for showing up for me. I thank you for supporting me. When you did, I thank you for showing out for me. And if you choose not to anymore, I understand that. And I still thank you and I'm grateful. But if you've heard anything that I've said today, if you still choose to show up for me, I thank you. But also showing up for others. We in it together. Okay? But either way, be clear. I understand. All right? But remember this, if you don't remember nothing else, let's not give them what they want. Okay? Don't let them take us off of shelves. Don't let them erase us. Numbers don't lie. We're needed. Our money is the dollar that really counts. Okay? Y'all go about y'all business. Know that I love you and have the most amazing day. But even if you can't have a good one, don't you dare go messing up nobody else's. I'll talk to y'all later.
I don't usually say people's names and things like that. However, I do follow Mr. Darius Cooks on Facebook, and he made a post about how he feels so vindicated about what he said about Tabitha Brown. Let's talk about it. The irony of it is, and I commented this on his Facebook post that he made, he's typing and sharing his thoughts on other social media platforms while he's talking about the importance of ownership. Why isn't he typing it on his own social media platform? Why is he typing it on Facebook and collecting Facebook checks? Meta in bed with dude too. Meta ain't about that DEI life either. Now, speaking about Miss Tabitha Brown, the CEO of Lip Bar made a post because Lip Bar products are carried in Target as well as other stores, right? There are Black-owned brands that are in Target. If you're choosing to boycott, that's all fine and good. However, are you also asking the black people that work at Target to quit their job? Do you work for Target, Meta, Amazon, or any of these companies that have rolled back their DEI? Are you gonna quit your job?
A video had came across my FYP. It was the video of when Darius Cooks had made that comment about Tabitha Brown and her being in Target. And it just really made me think, to this day, I do not understand why y'all drugged that man the way y'all did. Because he wasn't coming for her. He literally did what we all do, which is give an unsolicited opinion. I mean, we all done that on social media. So I don't get why in that particular instance, like, it was made to seem like he was coming for her, like he was hating and all of this kind of stuff. Because, you know, people were saying stuff like, well, where's your success and where's your deal and all that? Like, come on, let's stop. Like, Darius, he's in his own right, he's a pretty successful man. So I don't think that he would have a need to be jealous of somebody about their success. And Tabitha Brown, we all know she's a sweetheart. I mean, I think she deserves everything that she's getting. But y'all drug him like that just because y'all like Auntie Tab? For the same things that, like, we might not made a comment about that, but again, we all make unsolicited opinions on social media every day. It don't mean you just dragging somebody. It just, you know. And then I even seen one person, because he had ended up in the hospital with his gallbladder. And I saw one person, like, literally rejoicing, talking about, see, I told you shouldn't say anything about Aunt Tab. And I'm like, you really think something happened to his gallbladder because he made that video? Like, come on now. Like, I don't even think that with the Wendy Williams stuff. Granted, I agree with what Tabitha said to her. Wendy Williams was way out of pocket for the comments that she made. But y'all think, you know, that's why she's in the state she's in? I mean, technically, I think Wendy Williams had already started declining. I really believe that she would be where she is right now, even if she hadn't said anything about Tab. But yeah, those were just my bedtime thoughts. I was really thinking about it, like, wow, why did they really drag him like that?
Tab, I just want to say I love you down. I love you down. And I'm going to apologize in advance for this take. I love you down, but I got to say what I got to say, sis. I got to say what I got to say. Tabitha Brown basically told y'all, okay, I understand your frustrations. I understand if you don't want to shop there, but I still need for you to shop there to support me and or support any other businesses that may be affected by the fact that you all are not shopping at these stores. That's what she basically told y'all. She basically told y'all, screw the fact that they will in the future discriminate upon you so you won't be able to work and feed your family, but I need for you to still support me because I need to feed my family. That's what Tabitha Brown basically said in little to no words, in case you didn't watch her response to the DEI, basically. And I just want to say, Tabitha Brown, that I've been following you for years and I'm not going to stop following you. I'm not going to stop supporting you. But that was very irresponsible, sis. That was extremely irresponsible. That was extremely irresponsible. If it was me, I would have told the people, listen, if you support me, I really appreciate it. However, I have this website. If you want to purchase my things, and I completely understand if you don't want to go to this store to buy my products, okay? I wouldn't have told the world, Tabitha Brown, that, hey, I know they have this DEI thing, or they're rolling back the DEI thing, but I still need for you to go support me. I still need for you to go support other black businesses. No, y'all don't understand that this is bigger than Tabitha Brown. This is bigger than any black-owned businesses that's in these stores. This is bigger than y'all, okay? Because when it's all said and done, you will still have a roof over your head. You will still have a wonderful source of income. But these people out here that work a regular 9 to 5 will not. So you coming on the internet to say something like that, Miss Tabitha Brown, is extremely irresponsible. Okay? Because they are probably about to lay off so many people that won't be able to buy your brand, Tabitha Brown. And I need for all y'all black business owners to understand this. This is bigger than you. Okay?
Are we going to start listening to comprehend instead of listening to respond? This whole Tabitha Brown Target DEI situation is blowing me because I feel like y'all kind of took what she said completely out of context and just kind of ran with what the narrative that everybody else is coming up with based off of what she said. She can't just go and pull her stuff out off the shelves. She's under contract, you know, and it's like, she also said if you are going to still shop at Target, still buy the black owned products, buy the black owned stuff, but don't buy nothing else in there. And y'all's taking it as, oh, you know, she just doing this for her own personal gain, like she just want us to give her money or whatever y'all been saying. And it's just like, y'all do know how business works, right? The same people that got this fake outrage right now, you gonna be creeping back up in Target. Because you still been at Walmart with them raggedy carts. You still been shopping on Amazon. You still been on Facebook. You still been on Instagram. Like, it's, at this point, it's laughable. Like,
all up and down my timeline, people is hooping and hollering, talking about, well, what about Tabitha? And what about Camille? And what about I don't give a fuck. I'm not shopping nowhere that blatantly said they don't give a fuck about diversity, equity, and inclusion. If that mean Target, if that mean Walmart, if that mean Planet Fitness, I don't give a fuck. I will be down there at the Costco tomorrow with my new membership. I don't give a damn if I got to have 19 bottles of motherfucking Red's hot sauce in this bitch. So the fuck be it. If I got to buy everything in the bulk, god damn it, I will. But I won't the fuck be in Target buying no Black History shit or nowhere else, ho. Drop a website, drop a link so people can buy the shit somewhere else, ho. Because ain't nobody bigger than the program. So I don't give a fuck how softly and how slowly and how peacefully Tabitha get on here pleading her case, baby. I don't give a damn. I don't give a fuck. If supporting you means supporting Target, who don't support DEI, then bitch, so the fuck be it. And I love Miss Tabitha, but goddamn it, you ain't bigger than what the fuck going on, ho.
I saw a video of Tabitha Brown asking people to reconsider the boycotts of Target and Walmart and other companies that are getting rid of their DEI programs. And her reasoning was because there's black-owned businesses like herself. They have products in there and it's going to harm them. So if you need to go in there, go get their stuff and don't get nobody else's stuff and come on out. It's like, well, don't you think that's just a little bit selfish? You don't think it should cost you something? You don't think you need to have any skin in the game? Now, listen, you're a very special lady. I love your story and all that kind of stuff, but you're not more special than a mission. You're not bigger than the mission. You know what I mean? And it would behoove you to get together with your millionaire friends and say, let's build an online store or a brick and mortar store or something where we can have our people come get our stuff. But to ask people to, you know, not stand on principles so that you can keep eating greedy, yeah, that's wrong.
Let's focus. You know, Tab, I don't know, babe. You know what they say, ain't nobody bigger than the program. Ain't nobody bigger than the program, babe. And it's like, I get it. You don't want to lose out on the success you've had because of the decisions of a company that you have no part in. But I figure that's just how it's going to have to shake out. It's not the consumer doing this to you. It's not us doing this to you or other smaller black-owned business owners who carry their products in Target. It is Target doing that to you. And it's like, I fear like you don't see the play, and that's more concerning to me. Because like realistically, we both know that it does nothing for like me as a consumer or our community as a whole to like still give money to a company to in turn give money to you. Like I really do know that this meant well. I just think it's so self-serving, which again makes sense. It's your business. Like business is in fact business, but business is in fact business. So, and it's like, it's clear Girl, if they're willing to roll back their departments and fire their employees in their departments, they do not give a fuck about your business. They're literally going to wait until the current contract is up, drop you anyway. They were going to drop you regardless, but now they have a reason to pin on that.
Probably going to be the only thing that I say about the Tabitha Brown situation. I'm not necessarily upset with how she said it. I just think this is beyond Tabitha Brown. I think that one thing that the civil rights movement had as it related to boycotts was strategy. They didn't say, we're just going to boycott the buses, we're just going to boycott this. They had strategies and plans on when they were going to start, how they were going to go about it. Like, there was strategy. And strategy can't necessarily happen on social media. And one of the beauties about the boycott is that the bus system, this area, this company, they didn't know the boycott was even going to happen. That was one of the beauties about the boycott, because they were over there scrambling like, what is going on? And the beauties about these boycotts back in the civil rights movement was that the resource wasn't necessarily taken from us. We boycotted so that way we could amplify the resource. We could make the resource work for us. We could force their hand to help out our community. And I think it's interesting how we're saying, well, if we don't boycott, then all the products are going to go away. But I think that's where the strategy is lacking, because there's ways to force people's hands without them just saying, I'm just like, hey, I'm just not going to mess with you then. I also think that one of the reasons why people are so triggered is because collectively, we are all losing our rights, right? And if the average American is living paycheck to paycheck, I think a lot of Black people specifically are triggered by Tabitha's comments. And I'm not saying it's right. I'm just speaking with empathy. If we all collectively saw him sign those same papers that's getting rid of our rights, shit, they didn't even want to teach about See, I'm so irritated, I can't even speak. They didn't even want to teach about the Tuskegee Airmen, for crying out loud. They are actively erasing our history. So I think for the people who are saying, I don't understand why you're mad at Tabitha, I think people are processing what is happening to their lives. People are losing their rights. People may lose their jobs. Some people are saying that they're losing their jobs. And if you are already in a bind financially, and then you might be further in a bind because you're mentally trying to process what's about to happen these next 4 years. People ain't worried about buying stuff at Target. They're not.
I'm not holding your hand when I say this because I don't want you touching me. I ain't even had my morning tea yet, baby, and y'all done got me riled up this morning. Y'all don't stand on nothing at all, but Auntie Tab is asking y'all kindly, please do not boycott because it directly affects her. Y'all do not stand on nothing. Look up how many people was affected by that McDonald's E. coli breakout. Lululemon has told us openly we are not meant to wear their products. Y'all go in there and get profiled at their store and wonder why. They said why they've named it Lululemon. If y'all want to stand on something, stop wearing Louis Vuitton. Stop wearing Gucci. Stop wearing Burberry. Stop wearing Michael Kors. Stop wearing Prada. Stop supporting Valentino. Because they has openly said that shit is not meant for us. But Auntie Tab, a Black woman in business, yes, she's at Target. But y'all act like the companies that still have DEI in place are not fucked up companies. Walmart rolled they shit back right before Black Friday, and y'all still take y'all food stamps and y'all checks now every week and spend money with them. Y'all have selective outrage, and that's why I do not get on here and talk about certain things, because y'all are choosing not to understand where Auntie Tab is coming from when she's saying that y'all not supporting her directly affects her livelihood. Y'all are choosing blindly not to understand what she is telling y'all. And this how I know y'all not on Auntie Tab stands, because she didn't say it on a podcast with her husband. Y'all think that a person might have it and they do not have it. Do y'all know how much going to business? Dead stock is still costing money. If she was to pull all her shit out, like she said, where is it going to go? Where is it going to go?
You think you're going to go to Target and only buy Black brands? Do you think Target cares whether or not those $200, those $20, those $50 is being spent on black businesses or any other business, as long as the money's going towards them, like that makes absolutely no sense. I just think everyone needs to take a beat. That video that I saw from Tabitha Brown, and I love Tabitha Brown down. Love her down. But it was individualistic. It was capitalistic. It was greedy. It was self-centered. And I'm not saying she's those things. But the fear that she allowed to take over in that video, it very much presented itself in that way. When people are online saying, hey, we need to boycott Walmart, we need to boycott Target because they are clearly anti-black, I understand being fearful of how that will impact you. Those two places being your main sources of income, being your main sources of your business's distribution, it makes sense that you would be fearful about that. What doesn't make sense is you going to the consumer and saying, I understand, and if y'all decide to do that, I get it. But if you couldn't do it, if you could go and still support me, I really appreciate it. That is not okay.
Tabitha Brown meant by her message about Target and why you don't need to just drop everything and boycott is because when her product line first came out, there were Rosa Parks in her shit. Pushing it in areas it doesn't belong, putting it in secluded areas. They've been on this shit, y'all. And we still support it. Even down to the shit not being available on Instacart, but it being full stock in the store. They tried to suppress her income that way. It's not about her income. What she's saying is they've been on this shit. So you can stop shopping, which is supported. You can stop shopping, which is also supported. But please, real know how to stand on business because Target has been on that.
The power and ownership that you have that you simply just don't receive by being rich and wealthy. I'm one of those black people that have an issue when successful black-owned companies sell off a portion of their company, sell their company entirely, or do distribution deals. And it's not because the recipe may change, the ingredients may change. I mean, I don't like that either. But it is because in times like this specifically, the power, the authority, the control is in ownership. When it comes down to it, there is no Target, Walmart, or Amazon equivalency for black people. So we are stuck giving our money to and shopping with companies that have flat out said with their chest, hey, DEI, affirmative action, those things are no longer popular amongst the whites at this moment. So we're rolling it back. We're no longer doing it, and y'all are just going to have to get over it. And even though they know there will be fallout, they're not too concerned with it because A, once again, our choices are limited. And B, they have all the power. I know as a business person, it is ideal to get your company to a position where you can sell it or sell a portion of it for millions or tens of millions of dollars. But black people are in a different type of situation in this country. And I do think we are going to have to get to a point where we stop prioritizing individual wealth for the betterment of all of us.
So y'all want these people to boycott and don't go in and purchase from these black founders that you've been supporting, right? Because I just want to buy on your website. They just want to get out these contracts, break these contracts, be liable for the contracts they're going to break. And all for DEI, which really doesn't even impact their partnerships with these vendors, right? With these retailers. You want them to jeopardize that because y'all want them to stand on a platform that you aren't even standing on because you're not a business owner. You're not out here trying to create jobs for the community, giving back to nonprofits, giving back money. I looked at the founder of the Lip Bar, the amount of money that she gave back last year to her community. Y'all ain't doing that. But y'all are mad at them for protecting their business. But you work for employers that feel the same way and are stopping DEI policies in these state offices. You who work for the state, you who work for all these corporations, you ain't quit. Stand on business. Stand 10 toes down and quit your job. Boycott. If you're going to boycott, boycott. You can't expect these business owners to give up their livelihood for a cause so you can feel better about not shopping there, but you keeping your job. Make it make sense.